Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we'll be talking about the Portland Trail Blazers and what they will do in this year's 2025 NBA draft. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Who will they draft and why? Now, this is a team that currently occupies the 11th pick. That's it. So, what is Portland looking to do? I think Portland will be looking to add probably a big combo guard swingman, someone who can play the 2 or 3, or someone who can play the combo 4, just kind of like a combo player who can play multiple positions. And specifically someone who is able to give some offensive versatility and maybe be a secondary creator and help out on the perimeter. Now, I think they could also go with a 4, especially with Deni Avdija breaking out into an absolute guy who could be an all-star next year. Colin Murray-Boyles, Cedric Howard, and Rasheer Fleming are all guys that I think are legit options for them at this range. Now, this is a team that looks like they're going to be competing for a playoff spot in a very tough Western Conference next year. So to me, the biggest thing is figuring out, all right, how do we maximize this team, especially with Jeremy Grant, DeAndre Ayton, Matisse Thybulle, Robert Williams, all taking up roster spots and being veterans. That, some of them, like Matisse Thybulle, I think is still impactful. DeAndre Ayton has his moments. Robert Williams, if he's healthy, is actually still all right. But who are the Blazers maybe considering at this point? I think you need Noah Essengay, if they're really going for someone to push the transition, is an athletic guy coming out of Germany. He's a Frenchman playing for Ulm. He'll give you switchable defense, energy. My problem with him is he's going to be a headache to figure out as a tweener. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? As he moves like a 3 but plays like a 4. He's the versatile defender you might want to swing on. You could go for a Yagor Demon, or if Kasparis Yakashonis or Jeremiah Fears is on the board, and decide that you want to run those two, or run him with Scoot Henderson and one of those two with Scoot. I think Kasparis would be better than Jeremiah Fears, as he can play on or off the ball, a la the Tyrese Haliburton. But the other thing is they could be, if one of the big men like Milwaukee or Queen fancy them, could interest them due to the fact that Donovan Clingan right now can't play regularly more than 25 minutes and still has to iron out some kinks in his game. So that would allow you to have center by committee and be more willing to move one of Williams or Ayton. Colin Murray-Boyles or Rasheer Fleming, both defensive guys. One's a more defensive passing, being compared to Draymond Green and CMB, while Rasheer Fleming's is like a 7'4", 7'5" wingspan, 3-point shooting 4 who can maybe play some 3, which will allow you to play Deni Avdija at the 3. So, to me, the dark horse, Cedric Howard, if he's there, gives you an NBA-ready body, 3-point shooter, poise, a guy who just knows how to play efficiently. Or Carter Bryant, who would give you some size and bring some athleticism and wing size, like projected 3-and-D, with some slashing tools and cutting tools, but is less proven than others that we mentioned. So if Portland wants to take a true upside swing for their wing depth, he's kind of like the lottery wild card. Look, I don't have a problem with Fears. He's a slashing high upside combo guard with point guard like skills who could push for backup minutes right away. His shot, the 3.1 under 30%, is a real swing skill, but his rim pressure and pick and roll scoring are something that could help a second unit now. Fears would make sense if Portland wants another creator who can develop in a guard-heavy lineup. Yagor Demon, I've said it, 6'10" jumbo playmaker, who even if he doesn't work out as a point guard, you can develop him how Josh Giddey was as a slob power forward, sideline out of bounds, power forward with a questionable jump shot for the Thunder was. And that vision and size is real. And like even being that long just allows him to have some defensive potential, even if he's not great. Like he's 6'10". You're gonna have to go around him. It's pretty long if he at least tries. And the jump shot through pre-draft looks more legit than questionable. So his ability to run offense and guard multiple positions could make him a modern fit. And Portland could use his length in creative lineups, especially if they want to develop him as a secondary playmaker. So that's where I'm at if you're the Blazers, especially with this team not really rebuilding anymore. Like they're making a push. They went 36-46. They had a great end of the year. And as I said before, this is a squad. It also seems like Anfernee Simons is staying back. So that's your 6-man. Scoot's your point guard. Seems like they're going to keep Shaedon Sharpe and extend him. That's your shooting guard. You got to decide. To me, Denny's the 3 or the 4. And then the other forward is Tamani Kamara. And the biggest question mark is Donovan Clingan the future, or is it somebody else? Center by committee. And then the rest of the rosters, as we mentioned before, Jeremy Grant, DeAndre Ayton, Matisse Thybulle, Robert Williams. Drafting a guard will allow you to replace and alleviate Delano Banton. I have nothing against Delano Banton, but you upgrade from Delano Banton when given the opportunity. Chris Murray seems like quite possibly a bust. I love Jabari Walker, but he's at best, end of the bench rotation guy. Same thing with Duperith, Taze Moore. Ryan Rupert is just waiting to go back to France. Now, I look at that and where are some areas that this team, they need scoring. So, again, going back, Colin Murray-Boyles and Rasheed Fleming, if they're there, you take them. I understand if you want Derek Queen, if he gives you more scoring, then come on, we'll watch. And the other thing that this team needs is some three-point shooting. That's why I brought up Cedric Coward. And I doubt Concanipple is going to be there, but Liam McNeely could be someone that they're interested in, who could end up pushing, the perimeter for them, and also actually being kind of like a Corey Kessler, who's a secondary playmaker, all depending on what you're trying to do. But yeah, that's what I think Portland's going to do. If you made it to the end of the video, let me hear your thoughts down below. They'll be greatly appreciated. Like and subscribe, because if you made it to the end, it seems like you enjoyed the content. We post multiple times every single day. Go to hoopshype.com to check out the rest. Ciao.